Alright guys, welcome back to another video of Jabroni Motors. I'm here again with Carson. We're working on the Honda Accord today. Went through our last video, really appreciate all the support we got on it. Was also reading through some of the comments. I understand the audio quality is pretty bad. We're working on getting better mics soon, so we're kind of just working with what we got. So this will be the first of a series with the Honda Accord. My original plan was to swap a 392 Scat Pack engine into it because I think that's the dumbest thing I could possibly do, but also I think it's pretty cool. Carson also had some ideas.
Yeah, so my original thought was cheap, easy power. It's very easy to make power out of these Honda motors. My original thought was a turbo. Just a small little turbo kit off eBay, something cheap, something to make power with, and then either way we're doing a manual swap. So we're kind of just varying our ideas. We're gonna get into the car today, get the motor out of there, just make sure all the internals are good, make sure everything's not completely screwed. But yeah, so we're kind of going back and forth on what our ideas are going to be for this car. It's kind of just going to debate on time and money.
So I think we'll probably start with the cheap power idea. An eBay kit for a turbo for this thing's like $700. So we'll probably go that route, and then we'll swap it over to a manual because hell yeah. So yeah, eventually, I'm really wanting to put like a big V8 in this thing. It'll probably sit 7 feet above the windshield. Totally fine. I think it's going to be cool either way. Who needs visibility? Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be ripping the motor out of this thing, and this will be the start of a series with the 1992 Honda Accord. Some of you are probably wondering why we're doing this in the first place, so I'm going to go over a little bit about what went wrong. 100% my fault, as most of the things we work on in this channel will be. The engine overheated, like, really bad. And if you get a little closer, this is what the coil pack looks like. Every single one of them is melted. So we're probably banking on the idea that nothing warped or overheated real bad and got messed up on the inside. So if we're trying to make cheap power out of this thing, I want to make sure everything on the inside is good to go. So that's the reason why we're taking it out. just wanted to do a quick update before we pull this motor out. I'm gonna kind of walk you through what we've done to prepare for that. First thing, obviously drain the fluid, so coolant, oil, or don't. Over here we have the axles, which are pretty easy to do. It's a 36 mil or an 1 7/8. I can't remember, but it's definitely a 36 mil. And then it's a bunch of 17s, 17 on the bottom, and then a 17 on the side. And then you just knock the axle out, pull it. Same thing for the other side, so not too bad. Luckily, none of the bolts were like super rusted on there, so got kind of lucky with that. Move some of this shit off of the front of the engine to make some room to get to this motor mount. Bunch of bolts and wiring connectors, so that wasn't that bad. I didn't realize this before, but you definitely don't have to take the front bumper off to access any of the stuff that we did to pull the engine out of. I know some people will drop the engine on the ground and lift the car up and pull it out. I don't want to do that, so we're going to try to pull it out through the top. If we can't, then that sucks. But yeah, you definitely don't have to take the front bumper off. Took the radiator out, give us more room in the front to get that front mount. Over here, we took the battery out, got the air intake out, disconnected the main wire harness from the engine. So yeah, we have access to all 3 of the motor mounts. Dropped the exhaust. Didn't take it off because I'm pretty sure the engine should be able to just lift up over it as we take it out. So we're essentially there. Just kind of wanted to walk you through what we've done. So yeah, should be pretty easy. Yeah, this should be. Alright guys, welcome back. This will be part 2 of taking the engine out. We had to take like a 4-day break because we started this on a Tuesday night. Couldn't quite get the engine out in one go, but we got pretty far. Got the engine hoist hooked up. I just essentially have to take 2 more bolts off for the mounts, and then it should be good to pop right out. My biggest concern is that the transmission side clears as we're taking the engine up, so we might have to do some teetering to get it to go. Worst case, if we can't, we'll just drop the engine on the floor and pick the car up and slide her on out. So yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, this should be pretty easy.
God damn it, dude! I was really hoping we could fucking.
Are you trying to get me killed?
What is going on here?
My God.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Started Jabroni Motors. Second video, Carson dies.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It was the end and the start of a beautiful series.
Alright, see what happens.
Is that like
What?
crowbar thing still under there? The driveway?
Yeah. You need it?
I'll hand that over.
Yeah, he was like,
Ooh, slimy.
nice and grubby. Ah, fuck.
You sure this is gonna cut through this?
Yeah, it should.
Should.
It ain't cutting shit.
You're such a clown.
What the fuck?
This is steel line.
Why am I cutting with a fucking razor blade?
Oh yeah, I guess that's.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? Why am I cutting with? Hold on. Did you just tell me it's a steel line and I'm cutting with a goddamn razor blade?
Try this.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, go for it. First try.
First try my nuts. What are you talking about?
This is gonna work though, dude. Okay. Now, do you think? This is gonna be pretty hard. We'll probably go up higher.
Can I go up? Worst case, I can try and just like pull it and lift it over the top.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Probably gonna have to do.
Let's go up as high as we can first.
That's about as high as I'm comfortable with going.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Yep. When you pick it up, you have to let it down nice and slow. Let it down nice and slow.
Good?
Yeah.
Easy.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Motor's out.
All right.
That fucking sucked.
Well, we did it. That sucked. The main issue we ran into, like we were saying earlier, was the transmission mount on the passenger side. I don't know how this little bracket here held the entire motor, but we got it out. So I'll let Tony explain what all we took off, what all we went through to get this going.
We got the engine successfully out of the car. Super excited about this. This is a huge step for this whole project and the series. This was Carson's first engine pull, so he's pretty hyped about that as well. We definitely ran into a couple problems pretty early on with the original idea. The transmission would not come past the mount, so we ended up having to take a couple extra things off of the motor and kind of banked on the idea that just the bracket on the engine side would hold the entire weight of the engine and the transmission. So we ended up just hooking that side and tilting it real high up, and we were able to clear everything. It was definitely a little sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. We ended up having to like lift half of it over the front of the car just because I didn't want this thing to be at a 90-degree angle up in the air. So pretty excited about how it turned out.
Yeah, this has been a really fun project for both of us. Definitely been a milestone for me. I've never pulled a motor. This was definitely out of my jurisdiction for knowledge. I've never done anything like this. I'm very excited to see where this all goes. Yeah, hopefully you guys are excited too. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.